A while ago, I posted on my Instagram story and I asked if anyone wanted to know about my move to the UK. For context, I moved to the UK about 2 years ago. It has officially been 2 years, and I'm just a few weeks late with this video, but here we are. So a lot of you have actually given me some really good questions to answer, and that's what I'm gonna do today. So let's get into it. What inspired you to move to the UK? Honestly, I needed a challenge. For those who don't know me personally, I'm from a tiny country along the coast of South America called Guyana, and while there's so much to love about my hometown, it was not enough to challenge me. Personally and professionally, I felt comfortable and safe, but stuck in a rut. If you'd asked me 5 years ago if I've ever wanted to leave, I probably would have said no, because it's where everything I've ever known is. All my friends, my family, my pets, all of my childhood memories, everything I knew and loved was there. What is a typical day like for you in the UK? Honestly, a typical day has not changed much from when I was in Guyana. So I still get up at the same time, still have breakfast, still travel to work, start my day. I am, however, trying to incorporate more self-care, off-screen time, so less typing, more walking, just being out in nature and clearing my head and disconnecting as much as I can, just because we weren't meant to live our lives glued to a screen. Do you know what I mean? I also still try to eat healthy, but I do struggle with this a bit because there's so many options for food. Oh, chopsticks. Chopsticks has been my absolute favorite, so that's new. What's it like working with a UK company? Honestly, when I first started working with the company I'm with, I was so out of my depth. I'd come from a social media marketing background, and stepping into a world of SEO and all that stuff, it was a bit overwhelming. Honestly, after the first 3 months, I was ready to quit, and I've made that very clear to my family. Like, this is not for me. I'm really struggling. I don't know what I'm doing, and I have to lead a team and helping them do the things that I don't know how to do. At one point, I was actually looking for other jobs that felt a bit more in my comfort zone. That's the thing, is that the whole reason that I moved was to push myself out of my comfort zone and find things that challenged me. And I had to put my big girl boots on and just do it, just get into it and learn as much as I could from the people around me. Were there any major culture shocks? To be honest, no, because my dad is originally from the UK and we visited family here quite often, so it wasn't anything new to me, and it wasn't anything that was like really standing out and oh, that's a shock. But I would definitely say that there were some things that I found a lot more convenient and a lot easier compared to my hometown. So simple things like being able to do everything online, renewing my passport, applying for a driver's license, security checks, everything is done online, and that's crazy to me because that's not how things are done in Guyana. If you know, you know. Kind of crazy to me that in all the time I've been here, the only queue I've had to join is the drive-through to get to Mackey's. How long did it take for you to feel settled? This isn't really a specific date or time that I knew, okay, yeah, I'm settled. I think it took a while for me to get used to the season and driving home from work when it literally looks like midnight. But I think it wasn't until I started making space for all of my stuff and unpacking and getting things out of boxes and making it feel like home that it really felt less strange. What do you wish you knew before moving? Honestly, I think I wish I'd prepped more for the things that I wanted to pursue before getting here, rather than waiting until I got here to start. So things like business ideas and other goals and things I wanted to achieve, I kept convincing myself that I couldn't start until I had everything that I needed. And a reminder to anyone who needs it, just start where you are. Use what you have, do what you can. How do you manage finances and budgeting in the UK? This is probably one of those things that I've tried my best not to overcomplicate. I'm not a math girly. I don't do well with numbers. I try to keep it as simple as I could possibly make it. So the easiest thing that I found that works for me is literally an Excel sheet. I've linked it below if anyone wants to try it out, see how it works for you. If you need some help, it's completely free. Honestly, it's just stupid simple and effective, and it just helps me to stay on top of my incomings and my outgoings, and I update that as often as I can, but at least once a week I'll go into that sheet, I'll compare it to my bank account and just kind of marry that up so everything makes sense. And it also really helps when you're looking back at the end of the month, seeing that you spent your entire salary on rent or food, but nothing was put aside for things like emergencies or something simple like your phone plan. What's one thing you didn't expect to pay for? I swear to you, condiments. I did not expect that I'd have to pay for a packet of ketchup or mayo, because we don't do that in Guyana. We literally just grab a handful and hand it to you, no charge. So over here it was kind of weird because I went to a fish and chips place and I asked for mayo and the lady said, oh, that'll be 10p, and I'm like, oh, okay. And then I'm like literally trying to dig into my pocket to find money to give her. Be honest, how do you cope with the weather? Honestly, dress for it. It was really hard for me the first year, and I think my colleagues know this very well. I was really struggling with the cold because they were all like vibing with the heating on, and I'm like in my puffy jacket just completely covered because I was just freezing. I had my gloves on and everything, literally sitting at my keyboard typing with gloves on. That's how bad it was. Now I don't think it's that bad. I think I've somewhat gotten used to it, so I don't wear as many layers at this time of the year. What's your favorite season here? I think every season has something completely different and unique and special and beautiful about it. I love the look of frost, but I also do love freshness of spring. I just don't think there's anything that I love more than summer. Actually being able to go out and enjoy life because it's nice and sunny. What would you say to someone thinking about moving here? Honestly, it's a very big step and everything will be completely new territory. So be prepared to kind of be thrown off of your routine for the first few weeks or months until you get your rhythm going. Prep and plan as much as you can, so when you get the chance to start, you can just hit the ground running. It's also important to just have a support system in place, so friends, family, because this is a big step to take on your own. Do you miss anything about your home country, and what? Honestly, the food, the heat, the vibes, culture. Growing up Caribbean meant there was always a party. There was always a good time, always a big family gathering, and I honestly really miss that. What are you still learning or adjusting to? This probably isn't what most people will talk about when they say they're still adjusting, but for me, it's probably the fact that I stick out. How I sound, how I look, sometimes I feel really self-conscious about it, especially when I'm at work, talking to clients, and they're like wondering, oh, are you American? And I get that sometimes. And with moving to any new place, there will be some level of discomfort. And I think for the most part, it's just me trying to navigate through that. And that brings us to the end of the video. I just want to say thank you to everyone who dropped their questions in my Instagram stories. This video is honestly long overdue after not having posted for almost 2 years. I'm still getting back into the flow of certain things again. I've been feeling really inspired lately, so I'm definitely leaning into that a bit more. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to subscribe. It would really help me kind of stay motivated to keep posting because this is something I really do enjoy, but I get really self-conscious being on camera, and this is probably the most awkward I've felt in a long time. With that being said, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.